Sairam children, how are you all? I hope you all are healthy at your homes. Children, as you can see on your screen that environmental studies is written. So that means today we are having our environmental studies class and we are discussing chapter number 15, natural disasters. What we are discussing? Chapter number 15, natural disaster. We have already discussed what is natural disaster. We have discussed about earthquake. We have discussed about flood. We have discussed about droughts. And today we are going to start a new topic, that is cyclone. Repeat, cyclone. Strong winds and rain cause during a cyclone. Alright, shall we begin? Okay. Coastal areas often face flurry of cyclones. A cyclone is very strong wind accompanied by very heavy rain. What is a cyclone? A cyclone is a very strong wind accompanied by very heavy rain. The strong winds often causes high waves called tidal waves in the sea, which leads to flooding the coastal areas. What are the coastal areas? Coastal areas are those areas which are near to the sea. Okay. So what is cyclone? Cyclone is a very strong wind. What is cyclone? Cyclone is a very strong wind that is accompanied by heavy rain. The strong winds often cause waves. And these waves are called tidal waves. What it is? Tidal waves. These waves occur in the sea, which leads to flooding in the coastal areas. Understood? See in the picture. These kind of tree you generally find near the coastal areas, right? And this is the strong winds which cause the strong winds accompanied with heavy rain, and the strong winds often cause high waves, which is called tidal waves, which leads to flooding of the coastal areas. The states like Odisha, Andhra Pradesh, West Bengal, Gujarat and Maharashtra are often hit by cyclones and flood. These are the states which are generally or often hit by cyclones and floods. Now, what are the precautions to be taken care at the time of cyclone? A good weather forecasting system can predict cyclone. If the weather forecasting system is very good, then they can predict when cyclone is about to come. And they warn people in advance. Through television, radio and newspaper. This will give people time to move to safer places. They can also take their animals and other belongings with them. If they got prediction about cyclone earlier, that yes, at that time or that particular time the cyclone is about to come, so the system warned the people with the help of television, radio or newspapers. Okay, this will give people time, means because of prior prediction of about cyclone, this give people time to move to the safer places. Whichever place they feel safe, they can move to that place. They can take their animals and belongings with them. If they have sufficient time, they move to safer places with their animals and their belongingness. Alright? Now, taking care. The army is often called into to evacuate people who are affected by cyclone. Evacuated means leave. The army is often called for the help of the people who left at the places where cyclone hit. So army was called to evacuate the people, means to take the people from the affected place, who are affected by cyclone. Army use helicopter or to airlift people or airdrop food and medicines for them. If it is not possible for the army to reach there at the affected place, they airdrop the food and medicines for the people who are affected by cyclone. Understood? The government and other agencies such as Red Cross set up relief camps for displaced people, means who already moved from the affected place. Okay. Food, drinking water, medicines, etc. are provided to them. Doctors are put on duties to control the outbreak diseases. First of all, they call the army for the people who are affected by cyclone. Army use helicopters to airlift the people or airdrop food and medicines. The government and other agencies such as Red Cross set up their relief camps for displaced people. Food, medicines, drinking water, etc. are provided to them, and doctors are put on the duty to control the outbreak of the diseases. Okay, children? Now I am sure that you know what is a cyclone. A cyclone is a very strong wind accompanied by very heavy rain. The strong winds often causes high waves called tidal waves in the sea, which leads to flooding of the coastal areas. And what precautions you have to follow, whatever the prediction is given by the system, you have to follow that. You can move to the safer places with your belongingness. The government and other agencies such as Red Cross set their relief camp. Army is called for the people to for help. Okay. Now the next is tsunamis. What? Tsunami. A tsunami is a series of high waves. A tsunami is a series of high waves created by some disturbance under the sea, such as underwater earthquake, volcanic eruption, or landslides. First of all, if somebody asks you what is tsunami, what do you reply? A series of very heavy waves created by the disturbance under the sea. This is called tsunami. And why it occurs? It occurs because of the underwater earthquakes. It occurs because of volcanic eruption or landslides. Got it? The waves in a tsunami can range height from 1 meter to 20 meter or more. They travel very fast, up to 100 of kilometers an hour. See the speed at which the tsunami waves run. The height is from 1 meter to 20 meters or more. It travels very fast, up to 100 of kilometers an hour. Therefore, they strike suddenly and cause a great damage. See, if the waves are coming from this speed, so of the speed at which they hit or strike such a great damage to the life and property. One of the biggest natural disaster ever was the tsunami that hit several countries of South and Southeast Asia on 26 December 2004. Almost 3 lakh people were killed. Tsunami warning system warned the tsunami in advance. On receiving a tsunami warning, people living near the coast, such as, should be immediately shifted to higher grounds. They should stay there until it is considered safe. Alright? One of the biggest natural disaster ever was the tsunami that hit several countries such as South and Southeast Asia on 26 December 2004. Almost 3 lakh people were killed. But tsunami warning system warned the tsunami in advance. On receiving the warning, people have the time to shift from the higher grounds and they should stay there until the place is considered to be safe. Okay? Relief work during natural calamities. Now, what are the relief work? When we suffer from any natural disaster or calamities, the government organizes relief work for the victims of the natural calamity. Besides the government, several non-government organizations, such as, we call it NGOs, are involved in helping people during natural calamities. Such the famous NGOs are Red Cross Society, World Health Organization, United Nations Children's Fund, Red Cross Society, WHO and UNICEF. These are some NGOs which are working at the time of natural calamities. It is also the duty of all of us to help as much as we can do by doing voluntary work. We could also contribute money, food and clothes to the agency involved in relief work. You must have seen that sometimes schools, colleges, governments are collecting some kind of funds or food or clothes to be sent to the areas where they are affected by the natural calamities. Right? Alright. I hope you all understood the chapter. Let's quickly recap what we have studied in this whole chapter. Natural events that cause damage to human life and property are called natural disaster. Natural events that cause damage to human life and property are called natural disaster. Earthquakes are caused by sudden movement below the earth's surface, right? Heavy rains or melting snow cause rivers to overflow their bank and flooding nearby area, right? Cyclones are high winds accompanied by heavy rain. They cause flooding and widespread destruction in coastal areas, right? Failure of rains can lead to a drought. A tsunami is a series of very high waves in the sea created by undersea disturbance. Yes. Several government and non-government organizations organize relief work during any natural disaster. So this chapter is about all these natural disasters which occur naturally and what precautions we should take and what are the causes or affect these were. So children, read the chapter thoroughly. Kindly do the exercise and worksheet which is given to you. Sai Ram.